Icaro invited me for this trip in mid-October and the forecast looks really good. So I went to the airport with the legendary Oayan, such a good brother that wished me luck. I already knew that Thai Buddha was coming on the trip, but I was really impressed about the amount of boards that he was bringing. And then eventually he explained me that now he has his own model called Big Horse, and it's a board made for barrels. He brought with him two video makers, Putu and Yusak, so the expectations were high, and we depart with a bit of a rainy day, and we arrive in Padang with the same weather. Luckily, the next morning was all clearer, and the boys went for a bit of exploration at the beginning of the trip, and it was pretty cool to see everybody stoked about it.
You'll see when you're out there.
That's like fans on
It's like the lineups.
It's a bit of a powerful punchy wave, and it was my first time there as well. So first wave I got was a bit of a just trying to understand the wave because it's like long walls. And then on my second wave, I felt that I was too deep, and looking at the footage at the beginning looks good, but then you can see that the wave just ran all the way. It's just the way that the wave turns into the reef. And then here I realized I couldn't make it, so this is something I teach, that if you cannot make it, there is a few spots you can jump and they make you safe, and the foam ball is one of them, as you can see. So at the end of the session, I finally got a barrel, and yeah, clean one. It was such a good wave, but a bit hard to read. So at the end of the session, I was by myself with Alex, and I got a final one. And yeah, we ended up the session and navigate south, and the wind kind of like died out. And I knew that we were a bit protected because the wind was supposed to change, and probably there was a bit of wind, but still really beautiful navigation to have. And when we arrived, the first thing we saw was a set already.
Oh, oh, no way, nobody's coming? Oh, there is one. My God! Ew! Woo! Fuck, look at the other one. No way, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. No! Woo!
And then yeah, Lance's right was firing, we pedal out, and I got a pretty beautiful wave, a chunky one. As soon as I got there, it was a great view, and it was like fast, but really like open barrels, because there is a many waves in Lance's right that they have this kind of corner after this first session, and they make it way harder to make it. And this one was just like one session, and the whole wave just opened up. And it was cool to see my friend Pedro Tojal on the channel as soon as I kick out of the wave. So yeah, pretty cool to share the moment with him. And then on my second wave, I'm kind of like my foot got on the wave itself, so I went too much low and I couldn't recover. So this is the kind of longer one, and because I was too low, the foam ball got me completely and I couldn't make much. I didn't realize that the wave was going to run on this one, so I gave this bottom turn, but went too much high and couldn't bring my way to the front foot, so the wave just sucked me and got me a really bad wipeout. And my last wave was pretty messy as well, so that was my day. Not the best one on Lances, but next morning we woke up for good conditions as well.
Porra, vai alguém, caralho.
Nem remar, fora.
segunda, terceira. Essa aí é outra. Mano, mas ninguém, velho. Porra, essa aí dava pra fazer, cara.
The waves, they weren't that perfect yet, and as the morning went by, they got better and better, and we saw some crazy ones. Eventually I paddled out and my first wave was just on the inside and took me all the way down. And then the next wave came and it was kind of like underneath the crowd, so everybody let it go, and I was on the corner of the reef, so I managed to took off and knife right away. Not the best style, but it was a good wide barrel just to start the day. It was amazing. And then the second wave came again like that. I even gave it a look, but here is the kind of wave that you need to have this super compressed stance and give a super pump at the beginning, like on the high line. So it's pretty hard wave to make it, even though the good surfers, they make it. And then the next wave, the same thing happened. Like nobody went because it was too much underneath the people, and it became kind of this nugget on the inside. So I was there and I gave it a go, and it was kind of like this wide barrel again. It was pretty cool. And then I got this one that was like super fast one. It felt amazing to gain all that speed. Lenses Right give you a lot of speed. It's pretty amazing wave. And this one I need to like hold myself because, as I said, I got too much speed. It was just a quick in and out. And yeah, this one was, Bruno was one of the guests, and later he was saying, "Fuck, sorry man, I dropped in on you," but I couldn't make it anyway, and he even didn't make it. And yeah, conditions got a bit not the perfect wind, but still a lot of good barrels. Here is Ty having one of his waves, and I came on the next one, and I think I was too deep, and because of the wind there was a bit of a chandelier on the wave, even though it was a long one. Conditions got better at the end of the day, and I went there and got this one that was like super long one, and I was like pumping the whole time. It was going to be probably my best barrel there, but here you can see my head getting into the lip because it got smaller and I got squashed. It was pretty sad because it was such a beautiful wave. And then I got this one and I saw the waves getting bigger, so I went to the boat and got Ty's board, the big horse, and this was my first wave on it. I could come in earlier and pump the board before the lip land. Like, it was a amazing barrel. It felt really good with the board, and then Ty and the boys were at the channel, so we shocked each other. It was such a good feeling. And then my next wave just came, nobody went, and Mao told me to go, and I was like falling from the sky, pull in. It was a big closeout, but it felt crazy how steep the drop was, and I was happy that I had a bigger board. But yeah, the wave, as you can see, never gave me a chance, at least with the line that I draw. Maybe some other, like John, maybe he would do it differently, but at the least someone got happy with the wave. Then I found this one on the corner of the wave as well, and pretty stoked with my friends on the channel. But after that, the wave got a bit weird. Like, sometimes it has these two sections that turns out unmakeable because you come from too deep, like this one, and it's hard to pump enough to have the chance to make such a long section like this. So my next wave, it's something that I teach in School of Barrels as well, which is the fact that you realize that you cannot make the wave, and then you have space enough to give like this mini bottom turn and really push through not only your body but your board to the back of the wave, and then you are again safe. This one is cool to see the board really knifing, even though it was a bigger board for me, like a 6.3. It works really well because of the rails. Unfortunately, this one, the lip ended up landing on my nose, but was a great view. So the next wave I realized was going to come a bit underneath, and I checked for see if anyone was coming, and they gave up, and I gave it a look, and I did the same line, like knifing the wave right away. But now I had more space, so I could manage to pull the nose up and make this beautiful barrel, another wide one, to finish the day. It was a pretty good session. For the next 2 days, the forecast show a lot of onshore wind and storms, so we decided to keep heading south, but the waves were still firing at the end of the day.
Go! Go! Woo! Ah! That was Benny! Go, 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 go!